Let's talk about Aaron Hernandez. So that's another case that made national headlines that you got pulled into. And I confess, I didn't remember the number of people that Aaron Hernandez was accused of murdering. The story was sensational because he was a huge NFL football player. He was on the Patriots. I think at the same time, a young Tom Brady was on the Patriots. He was a tight end, I think, and was the star, was making several $1 million a year, and then got accused of killing somebody, and you came in to represent him on that, but then got accused of killing like a bunch of other people. And then there were intimations that maybe the list was even longer than what had been brought in court. And just bring us back to what you got brought in to defend him on, because as I recall, you won your case, but he was convicted in another case of murder.
Yes, it's a bit confusing because he was initially tried for the Odin Lloyd case, which was a case that I didn't represent him on. He had other lawyers that his agent connected him with, and he was convicted of that case. Actually, while that was going on, the investigator on an unsolved crime had remembered that he, in looking at the videotapes of a case that he had investigated previously, remembered that Aaron Hernandez was in the nightclub where these two gentlemen were shot. And then they kind of put together a case against Aaron based on that video. And the gentleman that he was with ran into some trouble, and they flipped him to be a witness for the prosecution in exchange for a deal. And that was pretty much the case that I represented Aaron on, which was an alleged double homicide that occurred that was really, I think, quite embarrassing for the prosecutors to have brought forward in the first place based on the evidence that they had. So that's the setup.
Had he already been convicted?
Case.
When you got brought in for that case, had he already been convicted of the earlier alleged
Yes, and every
murder?
juror who sat on this case knew that he had already been convicted of murder. So it was an especially difficult job, given that they had a negative view of Aaron before he even stepped into the courtroom. And it made it extremely difficult. That was our biggest challenge at that time.
Oh, my goodness. To me, it's just so amazing because from the outside, you see this person who achieved so much success in his professional career. And then the implosion in, such violent ways. And then he died in prison. They said he took his life, his own life. I seem to remember you cast some doubt on that. I don't know whether you accept that or you don't accept that. But I mean, he died in prison. And it's just the end of such a promising career, such a promising life. What do you think of him now? Like, when you look back on the story of Aaron Hernandez, what do you think?
I think it's a sad case. They're all sad and they're all terrible. And Aaron's is especially difficult for me because of the whole roller coaster ride of emotions that we had to go through in that case. It's so many things you don't learn in law school, and you also don't learn and experience until you experience it. And I just feel so terrible for everyone involved in that case. He was a unique young man that I grew quite fond of as I was representing him. And the things that, a lot of the things that were said about him were completely untrue. And a lot of the stuff that was said about him, he brought upon himself. So I just, the whole case is terrible. And one of the things I hope we learn from that case is that football is an incredibly violent sport, and CTE is a real brain disease that can affect people in many ways. And I want to be clear, I've never said that I believe CTE was a mitigating factor or the reason for any of the murders. I know for a fact that the evidence showed, and every speck of evidence that I read and looked at in that Boston case that I represented him and showed he was innocent. I did not represent him in the Odin Lloyd case, although even that one has some questions. But all in all, I wish Aaron, I hope that we can learn something from Aaron's case. And I am very close to his ex-fiance and his child. I want nothing but them to be able to move on and live a happy life, as well as the families of the two young men who passed in that case. They were an incredible family,
it's good that the family had the testing on the CTE, because you can only confirm CTE by dissecting a brain. And obviously that means the person will have had to have passed. And so more and more we're seeing athletes or their athletes' families say you can do that, that they're donating their brains. I interviewed Abby Wambach, and the famous soccer player, and she said she agreed to have to donate her brain. I mean, it's just such a thing for these athletes to think about. But we need to understand more about CTE, as you point out, not blaming the murders on that, but just yet another case of it by somebody who played at the top level. Did you know that traditional bed sheets can harbor more bacteria than a toilet seat? Oh my God. Yet another thing to worry about. It can lead to acne, allergies, and stuffy noses. Is this explaining a lot in your world? Then pay attention, because Miracle Brand offers a whole line of self-cleaning, eco-friendly bedding, like sheets, pillowcases, and comforters that prevent 99% of bacteria and require 3 times less laundering of them. Miracle Brand sheets are thermoregulating and designed to keep you at the perfect temperature all night long, so you'll get better sleep every night. They are infused with natural silver that prevents 99.9% of bacterial growth. How about that? Miracle Sheets, the well-named, are the perfect gift for your spouse, friends, and family. Who doesn't want better sleep and luxurious feeling bed sheets? And since these come with 3 free towels, you get 2 gifts in 1. Stop sleeping on bacteria. Go try miracle.com/MK to try it today. Okay? Go to trymiracle.com/MK to try it today, or gift it to someone special this holiday season. And Miracle is so confident in their product, it is backed with a 30-day money-back guarantee. Upgrade your sleep with Miracle Brand. Go to trymiracle.com/MK. trymiracle.com/MK and use that code MK to claim your free 3-piece towel set and save over 40% off. Again, trymiracle.com/MK to treat yourself, a friend, or a loved one this holiday season. Hey, thanks so much for watching. If you like what you just saw, hit the subscribe button for more clips and full episodes.